Hello and welcome to Premiership Week 7 6v6 of ETF2L 6v6 Spring Season in 2024. We have a very special playoff deciding match tonight for you between NANDEM and SKEDDA, because there is a possibility that NANDEM can be sneaking in if they get a cheeky 5 points off SKEDDA with this match today. How are you feeling about this today, Delta?
I'm feeling great about this. As you said, if you just go to the team's ETF2L page, it's pretty clear that both of them have been kind of competing over the last playoff spot. NANDEM has a lot of ties, some losses, some wins. Similar for SKEDDA, and they just have to figure out which one wants it more and which one's going to take it.
Yeah, they've both been putting in some solid performances this season. So far, SKEDDA actually taking 3 points off NANDEM, who are currently top of the leaderboard. So that does show that they've got the potential to be contesting with the big boys. Whereas NANDEM, on their first season in Prem, they took 3 points off TLR, who are the reigning champions. So, you can't fault them for that, as well as taking points off Forfence and Garda, who are both guaranteed playoff spots. So they've definitely got a case to put forward for themselves to try and make it into this playoff spot here today. Who are the star players that you're going to be looking out for today?
Hmm. Well, on the side of NANDEM, I don't know that team as well as SKEDDA. From what I've casted, I've seen Af and Mac definitely are the people to watch, in my opinion. And of course, Lucas Tank.
Yeah, of course. We all know Lucas Tank. He's been around a long time. He's a very experienced demo man coming into this season again after a bit of a break for him. But then the performances of Menex this season, I think in particular, they have been particularly good, I think. He's been adapting to that flank scout very, very well. And Warped has been playing exceptionally well as well in tandem with Geordie on that soldier duo. I think coming over to the side of NANDEM, being the first season as a team in Prem, Luca Enderman, though, he has been absolutely phenomenal. A bit of a force of nature for this team, dishing out the damage and really trying to create some big plays for him, for his team throughout this season so far. And Hughie as well has been one to really, really, you know, make his way forwards here on that flank, and he's been getting a lot of value throughout this season.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like this season has had some of the most consistent soldier duos on every team. Like every team, you just look at them and go, "Oh yeah, that team has a good soldier duo." You almost start to take it for granted.
Yeah, and I think it's been definitely a bit of an adaptation this season for all the soldier duos that we've seen going around. A lot of them do have experience playing together, but with that gunboat's reversion back to its original format, they do all have to adapt their playstyles and really go back to kind of the roots. So that's somewhere that Geordie and Warped are definitely going to have a little bit more experience than Arentra and Blank, who have been playing at this higher level only since the Gunboats plugin was really introduced into European TF2. So, I think that just goes to show what a brilliant performance so far that they've been having, that those two on NANDEM have been able to create so much value and so much impact this season with such a, drastic gameplay change to what they've been used to.
Yeah, for those who don't know, over the past couple seasons, I believe the gunboats made it so that splash to yourself, even if it hits an enemy, doesn't do that much damage. Usually, if you just like read the description, you would think of the gunboats, you would think you never take self damage or a lot of it when you splash yourself. But if you hit an enemy and yourself at the same time, which often happens on like a high bomb, or if you're just trying to jump into a choke, get on the medic, it does a lot of self damage, and so that's been reverted back to normal. And as Val said, these teams have done such a great job of getting back used to that, and have really put up some huge numbers and kind of showing Scout class might not be the only class that matters.
Yeah, and it does change a lot of those 1v1 fights that soldiers get when they turn a corner and find a scout in their face. Which that is something that soldiers have to be better at predicting when those scouts are going to pop around and take that fight. But it also does, by reverting this plugin, it means they can't get away with face bombs as much anymore. They do take so much damage by bombing in and bombing back out right off a player's face that they really have to be a lot more creative with where they're landing, how they're playing, and working in tandem as a team. So it really, really does up the cooperation between these players.
Yeah, and for this game today, I believe we have Sunshine and Greenery. So definitely going to be a pretty cool mix of maps. Maybe some players, maybe some soldiers might have issues on Sunshine, but it's a pretty good map for kind of everyone. Granary, maybe we'll see other players come alive, and it's pretty cool having the two map dynamic. I know it's been a staple over here in ETF2L a while, but just seeing how teams will just have different players come alive throughout a 2-game series is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is true. And going just back a couple of weeks in these team scrims, the last games they've had together, they were all within one round of each other, and they did play Sunshine on one of those maps, and that ended 3-3. So we would be expecting quite a close game today, just going by these historical performances on this team. But you know, being such a short map time, it is only 30 minutes. Anything can happen. It can, you know, get quite intense as teams start to catch up if they drop any rounds early on.
Yeah, definitely. And it does sometimes lead to the funny situation known as garbage time. But regardless of that, every single point does matter. So, you know, tiebreakers, can you really call it garbage time when could just get in off a tiebreaker, especially with, as we said, how close this game is for SKEDDA. They've got to get all 5 rounds now.
That's right, SKEDDA. It is so, well, it's so important for SKEDDA to get at least 2 points out of this because that will guarantee them the playoff situation. So they're going to be doing their absolute best, even if it's just grinding to a golden cap. But Lucas Tank gets into mid, similar time to Luca Enderman, both rolling out choke. Early soldier bombs here coming out, and a Rentry does go down to the double from Warped and Geordie. They are just looking SKEDDA to walk across the point, and NANDEM are just going to back out of the early soldier pick.
Yeah, SKEDDA coming alive, as we were just talking about them right before we went live, and it looks like they're not slowing down at all. They have their soldier and demo man in choke. I believe the soldier's probably going to jump off the wall, and they get air shot. Oh, look at that. Sent back. Did not get hit by the double air shot, though, but that was great defense by the side of NANDEM. It looks like there's a flank play. Menix actually got a frag in lower there before trading out.
Yeah, Menix making the most of that situation while all eyes were on Geordie going for that second air shot, and it's going to buy enough space that Warped can now come in. He's going to land right on Unforgiven, time the rocket for the juggle, but he's not going to have quite long enough to get off the second because of a clean pipe from Luca Enderman.
Yeah, we see maybe stabilization, but there is a little fight going on in Cafe with this red roamer trying to make space. Other soldier went through choke, and then the entire side of NANDEM went through Valley, trying to take some sort of fight here. Uber exchange has come out, some flashes for both sides. Soldier trying to go behind for the side of NANDEM. Arenter does get cleaned up, and so I think that's going to be the end of NANDEM's little excursion here.
Yeah, SKEDDA were able to keep that Uber just as a solo, so when that Arenter bomb came in, they could just clean him up behind, and now they're looking to walk Cafe here off this player pick. They have a good health advantage. Geordie coming in early as well. Blank trying to lock out that door and going very, very weak in this, while SKEDDA just keep walking forwards, taking that space. The door is now wide open, and the flank is in. Blank is going down as well, so NANDEM are just going to have to back out all the way, but Unforgiven gets caught in the shutter to a little AF scatter right at the end, and that's going to create a huge heal advantage coming towards this last.
Yeah, definitely. I think Lucas Tank probably might not even wait for Uber. Yeah, they might wait for Uber, but definitely going to want to see the demo man jumping in either way, try to take this one.
Yeah, that late medic pick means there's going to be so far away from Uber. They're just focused on getting help up on the side of NANDEM here. The gun is in the shutter door as well, so it's going to be popping straight through the top right door for SKEDDA. Gun is taking a little bit of time to go down, so the point's not cleared just yet. Af still trying to commit and play on it, but he's not going to get any cap time early on, so Warp's going in for the Hail Mary on left side, but it looks like the flank's just getting crushed while Lucas Tank is over on the point. Frag's traded out everywhere, and Mac is just sat top right while Geordie's in, trying to catch out anything he can, and Mac is getting nice and comfy and trying to run away with Lucas all the way.
Yeah, I was on Geordie's cam there. So much. Actually, there's a chase. No. Medic down. I think Lucas Tank. Oh, he walked into a wall.
He failed the jump and got an easy juggle. That was so sad.
Definitely sad. All the medic mains out there, they're in absolute tatters, Mac fans. We have NANDEM coming into mid already. Sniper. Oh, yeah, Sniper up. Might get something in choke. Although, got the medic drop.
That was a huge play from Geordie there. Not commonly known for his sniper prowess, but showing it up very, very, very powerfully there. And now it's just going to be clean up on the point. Hughie going down very late, and it's just Luca Enderman who's trying to run away and preserve his life. There's no threat of a back cap. So now, all of a sudden, SKEDDA are going to have an Uber out heading towards the last.
Yeah, it's like Deja Vu almost fail one last push and then put Jordy on sniper. I guess none of us knew he could snipe. Apparently, body shot master.
Absolutely, and now they're gonna have remembered what went wrong on that last push, so they need to get this down a little bit faster on this one if they want to commit to that early cap time before their flank comes in and just gets crushed by 6 fully buffed players on the wrong side of the point here. Looks like they're taking full buffs in lobby, just heading towards building out that tiny last bit of Uber. It does look like it's going to be the same push door that they're going for again, but the gun is up at level 3. A juggle early on AF. Huge juggle coming out from that gun. It's going to live for so long. The Uber's already fading behind the point here. Looks like they're going for the collapse on left side. Both soldiers coming in early, but they're going to pick up Phoenix while the red soldiers are just covering the point. Arentria going down as well. It's looking comfy for blue team right now. The heavy is sat guarding the point though with a full buff, and there's sticks back on the point, so there's no point pressure. The heavy just getting collapsed on, but Uber does come out from NANDEM just to save this point right at the end, with Lucas Tank getting juggled in, and he is going to look to go down almost at the just about at the end. But that's going to buy time for the scouts to come in fully buffed and just give them a little bit of a reset opportunity to play another Uber out.
Yeah, Lucas Tank got stuck in, but it's just not quite enough to push out of. I feel like we're just stuck in this cycle. This is going to be the third Uber advantage push that I believe we're going to see SKEDDA try to take here. They've got to figure this one out. 2 in a row is a little concerning. You got to be able to win those ad pushes if you want to take a round.
That's right, and they are very slow building this Uber out as well, so they're going to have to go very fast with this push to actually make use of the Uber charge. It looks like they are heading towards top right again, with NANDEM already on 80%. The Uber's coming out, gun goes down very, very fast this time. Arentria bombing all the way around over the point. Jordy gets the clear out. SKEDDA have full control, but that Uber percentage is full now for the side of NANDEM, and they're just holding on to it. The Uber finally comes out. Arentria trades out for warps, but that Plutus is just going to mow down Jordy in tandem with Phoenix, and it's going to be 3 down, I think, for the side of SKEDDA there, which might be a push out for NANDEM.
Yeah, it could be. Depends. I mean, maybe NANDEM just says, hey, these guys can't push last. Let's just go for the round reset. We don't know what they're going to try to do, and it looks like NG alive, the engineer building that sentry gun, probably indicates they're not going to try to push, and I have to wonder if SKEDDA is going to try to take this again. It looks like they want to go fast again through dungeon this time.
They have built a lot better that time, so it is straight through dungeon. AF leading it in, takes a few steps before they have to use, trying to take down Arentria early, so they get that early pick now. With 80% now built out for SKEDDA, the gun finally goes down as well. Warps is looking to make a deep bomb here, making a lot of space for his team, but he does go down eventually along with AF. And now it's going to be just running all the way out for SKEDDA. Well, the Uber does actually get forced out right at the end by... Is that Jordy?
No, I don't don't think they forced to anything. I think it was just... maybe Uber for the stats?
Just fear, I think. Maybe. Well, that could have been completely different, but here we are back again. Max got a 30% Uber advantage, and it looks like SKEDDA are going to want to have a go.
Yeah, it looks like they are trying to take this one top right. Maybe I'm a little confused which door they're trying. Maybe they'll try left this time. No, they are going top right. Demo bombing straight in. Other team gonna get Uber very soon. Gotta get on the point. Gun down. Here's the scout shooting these stickies, trying to pressure that cap. Gets knocked back immediately as we see the blue soldier holding the catwalk side. Unforgiven though at 100% already. Demo down. Lucas Tank is gonna make it hard to hold, but look at the cap time. Almost capped that right from under their nose, but it looks like the Uber came out enough and found 3 frags.
Yeah, and by this point, it's going to be a huge mental block for SKEDDA. You know, this last hold from NANDEM, it's like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. It's just absolutely unbreakable. And, you know, they're going for the push out now, finally. Jordy just playing around behind a little bit, maybe trying to look for something, but then the push just gets cancelled from that space from Jordy, and it looks like another little reset just in lobby area for NANDEM.
You know, all they need is one, you know? Just gotta keep 1 round advantage. SKEDDA, at least they've shown they can win mid, so I believe in SKEDDA. They just need a bit of a respite. They got to talk about what they're doing, and they need to not take an Uber into 10% ad. They're taking it straight in through top right. Got the gun down. I'm scared. AF died to traps on point. I don't think this one's gonna go any better.
Yeah, and it looks like they're already looking for the back out, but Mac is just caught in with his crossbow out, and he's just going to evaporate to Phoenix there, with only a few players left on the side of SKEDDA, all looking for a little bit of a rat play. Jordy just floating around down in the dungeon area, going down eventually, and it should just be a free push out for NANDEM. Warped going for a little bit of something, just looking if he can find Unforgiven on his own, but there is no one there for him to kill. Only Phoenix's scattergun in his face, and it is going to be a point for NANDEM here.
Yeah, definitely a point, and full ad looks like walking up the valley side. Vanix taking this one with the winger out, traded out for the roamer, or with the scout for his own roamer. Got 2 through Cafe. I'm not sure what Jordy was going for there. Maybe he was called, the medic was close, didn't quite work out. They're just taking this one. Look at how aggressive they are. Already went through Cafe, decide maybe they're worried about forward spawn or something, but no, they're spotting this one. I don't see anyone. They're all the way back in Shutter. I think Vanix can take this one.
But Menix is actually hiding in forward spawn on Plutus here. You know, there was so much time that it took to cap out that middle point that he might go for a block on the second area. But NANDEM here taking lobby. They take down Jordy, who's looking for a cheeky force. Menix does actually have to back spawn in the end because he's not going to be able to block that. So he can get a full buff. It is even Ubers on last. But NANDEM are just feeling out that top area while they have that player advantage. Then rotating to the other side. Blank gets in really, really deep. It's a nice rocket. Hugi coming in looking to bait the point as well, while Luca E is just spamming so much damage from the top. Lucas and Jordy and Warp managed to take down 3 players between them though, and it is actually going to be the advantage now in favor of SKEDDA, who are looking to push with this player advantage. Warp sneaking out through dungeon here. He can see everyone in front of him, just kind of trying to bully them out of this door with his rockets, and Mac now and Lucas getting close to lock these doors out.
Yeah, it seemed like maybe that was a 3-man attempt. Maybe it was just something gone wrong. Either way, it's going to be SKEDDA on the second point. They must have been feeling scared they were getting lasted to last, but on second might give them a bit of breathing room.
Yeah, now we're back into a stalemate on this game. You know, it is the classic Sunshine second stalemate, so we're likely to see some deep soldiers coming in through choke or flowers. It'll be interesting to see if we go for any demo tagging first, but right now everyone's just taking their buffs, getting nice and comfy.
Yeah, I see Warped on Bats, spamming into Flowers, and we see just going off high bomb in through choke into Valley, probably trying to catch anyone around that corner. Didn't find anyone out of position though. Looks like we just see the fade bombs going in and out, trying to find an opening. Flowers is taking a lot of spam, and it looks like the scouts are ready to pounce for the side of SKEDDA, walking all the way up. And here's the demo around the corner. But it's actually going to be Lucas.
Oh, but Jordy with a huge fight through choke, he manages to get a horse and he picks up Hugi and Blank in that. It's going to be a really nice advantage now for SKEDDA to just run all the way into mid here. They're trying to stack this as well, deny a couple of these spawn points so they can keep on rolling this straight through.
Yeah, as you said, I suppose everyone was in Flowers, and so Jordy's so smart, knowing it's time to just jump through choke. What a great play. Now they have Ad, as you said, on second. 2 people are still rolling out. And look at this, they're just trying to take it through without using the Uber, and it looks like they've done a good job of that.
Yeah, so that's just going to be a clean second point. Picking up Blank as well is really nice because that's going to open up the point on last to early point play here. They are trying to roll it through this left door all the way into last here. Walk peeking through dungeon at the same time. Walking in really far before that Uber comes out. There's still stickies on the point though, so they have to get down this gun. They do take out Luca E, and now they're looking to wrap around and get a Rentria, but the Uber is going to come out from Unforgiven here, just about saving this point with Ubered players. And Mac is so weak in the lobby, he does go down in the end to Blank. That NANDEM are going to hold yet another Uber dis at last.
Yeah, it does appear to be the case. You know, we've seen them go top right, we've seen them go dungeon, we've seen them try to milk through left. That push started off so promising through left, I'm not sure how it went wrong, but, you know, SKEDDA, I don't think there's another doorway they can try.
Yeah, I think the issue here is they're committing for 2 different things. They are just going to give up. It looks like they're re-pushing this cafe area, though, on an equal Uber situation, so Nova's actually in play. Ath is getting in. They're going to take down Blank between him and Jordy, and now SKEDDA are just bullying NANDEM all the way out and retaking this second point after it looked like they just gave it up for free.
Yeah, as you said, got good respawns, managed to punish Blank, so now with that player advantage, they're going to try to work for something. They're running into the sniper by Huge, who's probably going to try to go Huge here. We see the walk through top dungeon, they hug the right wall, and air shot.
Spicy air shot.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. And, you know, that's a scout. That's one person to deny bombers who's not there anymore.
Absolutely. That was a really nice air shot from Warped, and you have to go for those if you get the opportunity. But it's not just for the frag crit clip, because that does open up less hit scan, which maybe gives another soldier bomb in on Unforgiven. You can see he's hiding all the way in spawn here. So SKEDDA are actually looking to take a lot of space in all of these doors right now. They don't fear the sniper whatsoever, trying to kill these players who don't have any beam, but eventually Af and Geordie are going to go down right at the edge of this fight.
Yeah, as you said, that is what happened. We're probably going to see a counter-sack, or maybe not. I see a couple people who went into lobby and now are no longer there. We see Pyro out for Huge. I wonder if that's... Oh, I guess you can run Pyro. That's perfectly good on this point, mixing it up. Menix on Sniper, though.
Yeah, I think it's important, really, for this hold versus the gun and the Pyro, where they're stacking this top door. That door is completely locked down, so it's going to be all about this sniper going down to that wide side that our intro is currently defending. That is where the picks are going to be, but it looks like Menix is still going to go for a little bit of a peek on that top right area. They are stacking a lot of spam in there. Menix is really trying to just reset now. There's too much spam in that door with the gun and the Pyro they're defending that he's going to have to go to the other side.
Yeah, this is the staple last hold you'll see in ETF2L. I'm a huge fan of it, and it's going to have to, NANDEM's going to have to come up with something here to break it, because I don't think Huge is missing any of these reflects.
Yeah, that gun is absolutely rock solid up there. It's so difficult to get through. So Menix, it looks like they are trying to keep peeking over this wide door here, trying to bait those soldiers in, maybe create a player pick, and that's what's going to open up more space for them to actually create some value here.
Yeah, as you said, demo on right, so anyone going through that door, you think, oh, the gun's on left, just go right. Well, the demo's on the other side of the gun, which is what makes this hold so interesting. The Pyro's trying to corner peek this, but again, the demo, I feel like you just can't get a sight on them. So Menix does not have an easy task. As I say that, soldier down, body shot into self-explode, I believe. We see this pressure through the right or left door, whichever perspective you're on, continuing, but not sure they're able...
This is the point. They have the space here now. They can't they can only rotate over the soldier in the demo. They know exactly what can get on this door, so it's all about trying to keep generating those picks here while Blank's just using his resources up. So Menix actually rotates all the way to the other side to look for the Pyro. Doesn't quite get the pick out though, so he's back to the open side, peeking deep. I hear some shots ringing out as well. Looks like Geordie's peeking it quite deep as well in case there's an angle on the gun he can maybe look for.
Yeah, Menix back to right, scoping up, maybe gonna go for a body shot on the medic. I see them, they're holding the corner on the medic, hoping Unforgiven gets a little antsy and just hits their W key for some reason. Oh, actually the demo's spamming the medic out. They're trying to get on the medic here in that corner, but Geordie does go down to the gun. I think this play is gonna have to stop because of that. Oh! They almost got a shot onto the medic there.
There is only 25 seconds left as well, so it looks like they might be ready for some kind of Uber trade to come out soon. But when it's in this fight, there is actually an engineer. I'm not sure if he's on the Frontier Justice, but if he does, he's going to have a lot of crits stacked up for the post-Uber trade here. Looks like SKEDDA are looking on that open side, trying to take as much space as they can early. They do have Warped actually in quite deep. Lucas Tank does go down early. The Uber does eventually come out from NANDEM. Max just going to let Geordie go there because he knows he doesn't want the cap time. Because that gives the opportunity for a push out when he's losing his players.
I think that might be a world record for number of last pushes to end in a round reset. Probably 8 different last pushes happened there, most of them with advantage. And I believe we saw SKEDDA win the mid, so we'll have to see who takes the momentum on this one.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like one of those games that you have to win on second or win on last, but both demos getting to mid at a pretty similar time. Luca Enderman hitting a little bit more damage than Lucas earlier on here. Both teams rotating away from each other as well, just feeling out the mid, but there is a soldier hiding in choke who does get picked off by Af, and that's immediately going to favour SKEDDA here, who have a bit of a health advantage as well as this player. It looks like they're forcing NANDEM all the way into choke here. Luca Enderman going so weak, and the bomb coming out there into choke from Geordie is going to create so much value. Looks like SKEDDA are winning this fight. It's just Phoenix up, left alive, who's going to try and slink out from Flowers, and Menix is going to chase him a little bit, looking for him to try and find that pick, but not being too greedy and letting him live for last.
Yeah, as you said, NANDEM got corralled into choke, and SKEDDA did such a good job taking advantage of it on that fight. Perfect team play, perfect coordination. One soldier who was in their own cafe didn't get too greedy about holding that door, just backed up, rebombed when it was the time, and we see the fruits of that here with an ad attempt, probably through top right again.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can convert this round. Their conversion rate hasn't been ideal so far. Af getting very weak early on in this Uber when the Uber flash comes off him, but the point has been opened up. Getting restuck now by Luca Enderman, and it looks like there's so much damage and no frags yet, so Geordie finally picks up Phoenix, and Af going down as well. All the frags are actually getting traded out while Blank chases Mac all the way into top, while Warped is just going to sit on the point. Just the M-Class is left, and Menix is going to cap it out.
Yeah, Menix got that one down. I believe that Uber got really good value. Those players went so far into the left area that even though like the medic got kind of left alone, just being so aggressive, I think won that one for them.
Yeah, all of a sudden they suddenly converted like 3 frags out of almost nowhere when they were just in the right position, and that's what created the value. They could just keep on tapping out that point without any blockers. But Lucas is going down really weak early on and getting juggled around a bit, bouncing around. It looks like that both teams are looking to meet each other here. Early bombs coming out from both sides, but Unforgiven getting 2-rocketed by Geordie there. And it is going to look in favour of SKEDDA now. Mac being super comfy just with Menix and Af on the beam. His little chariot just defending him. While he's got Warp there as well. Oh, it's Geordie even. Just sat in cafe, just watching, not letting anyone back in.
Yeah, Geordie already in the lobby area. Maybe going to try to spam down the gun early or just peek, see what's going on. SKEDDA, I feel like these mids have just been completely under their...
Yeah, it goes to show that they have definitely got some organized mids here. They know how to play around these. When they're going for the rotation, they're catching those people who are left behind all around the place. And when they're going to meet people, they're focusing down the exact same players to create that value. They're looking to come in on another Rubrad here. That gun's going down so quickly to Lucas Tank, and Af's immediately going to cross over the point, looking for the crush on the left side here. Arentra is going down to Af as well. So much damage for SKEDDA. A huge bomb coming out from Geordie. Massive damage. Warp's going to hit another rocket on Unforgiven, but he's just about going to stay alive. And now SKEDDA are going to back out all the way into lobby.
Yeah, as you said, maybe the curse has not fully been lifted, but we're going to see what happens when a team actually tries to push out of last, because I believe NANDEM might try to push out here. They have ad. They didn't have all of their players until just now, taking it very slowly. Looks like... Oh, that sticky trap though. Lucas Tank so powerful. Getting that frag. I don't know if NANDEM is able to do anything now. It looks like they're just back.
That's an immediate cancelled push there for NANDEM. They didn't have enough of an Uber advantage and player advantage as soon as they lost that scout. So it was a very smart trap from Lucas just to look for the value pick there. Geordie has actually come up on the Spee class as well. It looks like he's going to be sneaking around somewhere interesting. Maybe looking for a pick here to create an advantage for SKEDDA.
Yeah, that is what the Spy class is known for. It looks like they're on Cloak and Dagger. They can take their time, but not too much before the other team gets paranoid. It's interesting to note that the Pyro kind of has to sit on the gun, so they can't exactly run around spy checking. So I think Geordie, pretty safe for now, but if he doesn't get something going quick, I think there's going to be some suspicion.
Yeah, I think they have been quite slow on these last holds, so NANDEM might just be expecting the sniper play for now. They'll have to be trying to count the scouts and see who's where and trying to figure out what is exactly going on. But Geordie is now in position behind the barrels. It looks like with that rotation to the open side, now the space is trying to be made from SKEDDA there. The gun actually goes down as well to a Lucas Tank. So Geordie's going for the play. Cloaks, uncloaks, jumping around, running around. Do they know he's on spy?
They're not... Okay, there we see the M1 Pyro coming out, huge, taking that one down. Maybe they were just paid acting. They were just acting to make him think no one saw him.
Yeah, and Geordie clearly trying to flex on everyone, dropping a sue in the chat. You know, he knows that he was doing the right thing there. You know, it's so close, just on another day he'd have got that. But it's going to be a complete reset now on both sides, with Menix coming back up on Sniper to try and break this hold.
Yeah, we do see Sniper coming out for Menix, and we see Huge. I was on his cam. He was checking every single glass multiple times. He knows Menix is on Sniper. He knows there's no spy. We're going to have to see if this one goes again. I believe we did see a round reset already with Menix on Sniper, so going to have to find a little more than a soldier this time.
It is also worth noting here that NANDEM do need to get this round if they want a chance of playoffs. If they lose this 3 points down, they are not getting into playoffs, so they need to look for something. Geordie and Warp both coming in though. Really nice bomb that Warp's going to take down Luca Enderman, and the sentry goes down as well to Lucas. So much space, and Menix is going to kill Hughie, drop Unforgiven as well, just hitting all of the headshots. Af's going to sit on the point, Nuva getting popped just to save him here. Menix picks up another player in lobby, and it's just a round for SKEDDA.
Yeah, it is just a round for SKEDDA. We saw Menix get a soldier and on Huge, that's the pyro actually, and then that quick scope onto Unforgiven. What a great play.
Absolutely, just those quick headshots ringing out, it is going to absolutely change the last. You know, what can you do if you lose 3 players? That's just always going to be a round for SKEDDA. But both demos are getting in. Again, rolling out the same way here. Early bomb from Warped is going to force Arentro all the way back for a bow. And SKEDDA just spreading across this left side, taking a lot more space early on. Getting Blank very weak on that left side as well. But now starting to just chill, rotate back all the way over to the other side now. Just playing away from them. They know Arentro is in Flowers, so it looks like they're going to gun for him, try and catch him out while Blank is bombing in to take the space. Phoenix flying over the top of the point here, trading out Hughie and Blank on both sides. And it looks like now SKEDDA are stuck in the other team's Flowers.
Yeah, Warped though, flanked under the point, got onto Unforgiven, so that's Medic down. I believe Mac also somehow got traded out. DM fight on point, but Menix, being a menace, gets those frags. Double scout up for SKEDDA. What can you do against that at the end?
Yeah, and it is very important that they did manage to get that Mac frag at the end of it, so it won't be an uber disad last hold for them. But it's looking very, very comfy for SKEDDA now. 2 rounds up with 5 minutes to go. They can just play this as slow as they want. And Mac is actually running the Kritzkrieg now, so it looks like SKEDDA definitely want to try something and get an extra round on the board just to really put this win out of reach of the side of NANDEM.
Yeah, Kritzkrieg up. I respect it. Up 2 rounds. You don't want to let them have any chance. They're counting on this going well. I believe Lucas Tank. I mean, if Lucas Tank's on your team, who can blame Mac for pulling out the crits every chance they get?
Yeah, and it's definitely a situation where you know that NANDEM are going to be looking to go on something. They have to be ready to go here, so if you can catch them out early with that Uberad that you create off a crit, you might get something nice. Lucas is walking towards Flowers here, takes so much damage on the soldiers though, Geordie and Warped, that it's going to be a full reset. Arentro and Hughie chasing all the way to Flowers. They did use.
What? Misclick? I'm not sure.
I think there was a rotation to Cafe from NANDEM, so they tried to catch them out, but being such a quick reaction crits, it was always going to be tricky to line that up. But there's a huge backcap going on. 3 players through Flowers, they're going to finish that second, and App is just on last.
I'm not sure what's happening, but I think SKEDDA probably just won this one. I mean, there's 4 minutes left.
I think it was going for that Cafe push when it was essentially an even Uber situation, leaves Flowers so wide open that you can send, you know, 2, 3, or even in this case your entire combo Flowers to just bully the flank out of it and just fully commit to that back cap. So even though that Uber gets popped out into mid, doesn't matter because SKEDDA are behind.
Yeah, as you said, you see the same, both teams going Valley, kind of rotating opposite of each other, it looks like, but Blank bombed early, got traded for Mac. That's Medic down, it looks like. Medics did a whole loop all the way through Cafe. Maybe this is just a funny mid here. Lucas Tank jumping over on Tetris, having the time of their lives, and they did get on Unforgiven somehow.
Yeah, getting that Unforgiven frag, it's so important for being able to have an even Uber's last hold now. Af is still on mid though, just trying to cause a little bit of chaos, running around, juking Luca Enderman, who can't seem to get a single pipe out onto Af, who's still full health here, now taking that fight on Phoenix, who wombo combos along with Lucas, creating the space to just clean up at the end of this fight and win mid.
Yeah, Af really just showing up for that one, showing why they have a domination on next to their name. And looks like this mid is going to go the way of SKEDDA. Now there's forward spawn advantages in their favor. Looks like there's no more contestation coming out for NANDEM, that is.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes 30 left on the clock, it does look like it's probably curtains for NANDEM here. And SKEDDA will be taking this victory, but they want to try and get another round on the board. Looking to move through Flowers, Matt has got a little bit of an Uber advantage as well due to that early death. Menix and Geordie both getting traded out, and 2 more frags going down between Warped and Arentro. So it is a lot of space now. Just Lucas Tank sat on the beam, trying to feel out this space. Very close to the Uber charge. They've built out an even bigger ad now. Af taking a very, very strong rocket to his face, but Lucas is winning the demo fight there, which is going to win out second for SKEDDA.
As you said, they did win out second, and it looks like they might try to do something on last, or they might not even care that it's even Ubers. We see a soldier playing a jump map, pulling out their escape plan, going down. Jordy showing off, perhaps, or just flexing with that going down.
Yep, Jordy just getting an extra space made on the logs there right at the end while we are into this last minute and a half. Looks like NANDEM are looking for something though, taking that Uber trade super early through bottom right there, and they're going to pick up Warped as well. He was the close player, but SKEDDA just looking to run all the way to last here, running straight through a sticky trap with their Uber charge. Mac does something that dropped his Uber on his face, so he's going to go down, and everyone else in lobby now has no Uber left either to live in this situation.
Mac, just trying to go for those crossbow frags mid-Uber, you know, sometimes it works, but apparently this time it didn't play off.
Well, you can't fault him for trying though. Jordy is looking for that pick and choke, going for the second spy play of the game for himself, and this one almost as successful as the first. He was so close to getting a 6k, but not going to work out this time. Walked with a nice air shot onto Luca Enderman there, and it looks like we are just going for clips now on every side here.
Yeah, definitely. Just going for the frag. Oh, yeah, you know, even though there's 20 seconds left, Menix, you can put that in the frag did. No one will ever know.
And Mac is looking for the head kill, but unfortunate. Oh, he does actually get the head kill because Arentre manages to kill himself. Jordy back for his third spy play of the game, this time with a gun out. He might not have time to actually pull it off though.
Yeah. And I believe that's going to be Sunshine to NANDEM. I don't remember if you said, does this mean NANDEM can't make playoffs? Or if they tie, is it possible next match?
So I think that this means that SKEDDA are currently sitting on 21 points, if my math is correct. It may well not be. And that means they are guaranteed a playoff spot. So that does mean that, so SKEDDA will be going through into playoffs and NANDEM will not be. SKEDDA did take the victory.
Yeah, I mean, that was really hard fought for them. They had to overcome their inability to push last, but I think their strength on mid was just too much. I don't think we ever really saw NANDEM pushing the other teams last, except, you know, that first round that was just kind of back and forth a little for at the end.
Yeah, I mean, SKEDDA, I think they will have learnt now from those failed last pushes. You know, taking 5 or 6 Uber red pushes into a last and not being able to convert. They did need to sit and have a conversation quickly, just figure out how they're approaching that last. So going forwards into Granary, maybe they've ironed out those kinks now, and every time they get those opportunities, they'll be looking to take them cleanly, take them sharply, and just try and convert those points when they do actually get that all-important Uber advantage into last.
Definitely. And as we were saying in the pregame, Granary is a different map, which means last time I feel like it was really Af and Menix as well as Lucas Tank we saw for the side of SKEDDA, so this time we might see slightly different players.
Yeah, I mean it is a very different map. Players do have their favorites and their less confident maps. You would expect to be completely I guess just make assumptions all along that the older players, the more experienced players would have more experience on a map like Granary. So you would expect SKEDDA to have a little bit more flair on this map, I suppose. They have played it for a very long time. Whereas NANDEM, you probably expect them to have a lot more experience on maps like Sunshine, which have been, around for a little bit less time. But, you can only wait and see, depending on how they perform in this map.
Definitely, as you said, just have to wait and see who's the more prepared, who has studied this map better, figured it out, better coordinated, better DM. All of those things will matter and will be tested here.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see whether they're going for those aggressive mids, because we did see a lot of rotations on Sunshine, and it it is one of those maps where if you get the rotation wrong, when you do kind of get stuck behind and teams lock you out, you get stuck and you start bleeding players all over the place. It's a lot more difficult to end up in those kind of situations on Granary. You're a lot more pushed together. The soldier bombs tend to come out early, so these teams might just be meeting for a 6v6 deathmatch in the middle of the park and fighting for one victor early on these mids.
Definitely, as you said, we might just see really aggressive mids without rotating. You can kind of rotate on this map, but like chances are the other team's gonna meet you. I want to see one of these soldiers land on top of the light post and do one of those mids. I always love seeing those mids.
There is the lamp mid, but there's also the double lamp mid. That's the secret tech when you get both soldiers on the double on the lamp. And if the other team does it, you get 4 soldiers on the lamp. And that is definitely one of the mids of all time that can be played.
I agree with that completely. You know, putting both soldiers might be a little, some might call that perhaps throwing, but I've seen it work, so who can judge them for that?
It's all about the space, you know? And some say that space can be worth 1,000 kills. If you're playing MPM, I think, but you know,
or if you're playing Roamer.
Yeah. So you know, who knows how creative these guys are going to be? Cookie cutter, high bombs, low bombs. You know, anything can come out on this map. But it is all about contesting that height and trying to take that early space. You know, lock those teams out on the floor, just pick them off, pick off the frags, and just win out with the damage.
I do completely agree with that. Sometimes you can just win it out off of that initial damage as well. Gonna have to see if Lucas tank. I haven't seen it in a long time. You kind of used to see it in the early days, like 5 or 6 years ago, where one demo, especially when it was like a high div team or like a playoffs team versus a team that was never going to make playoffs, you'll see the demo just die at the start of mid on this map. This map was notorious for demos just getting punished, not able to get the health and going down, but haven't seen that too much in recent times.
Yeah, there is always different strats that people bust out. Also across the pond as well. You know, people do tend to play things a little bit differently. Yeah, I just want to get going. Want these guys to ready up and see what they can bring to the table. If anybody wants to know the reason for the delay as well, I've heard that there's been a little bit of a map discussion going on. There was some argument about the exact version of Granary to be playing, and unfortunately, Mac did not. I think Mac wanted to make sure they were playing on Granary RC16F is the exact version, not the 16 whatever letter they were actually on. So apologies for the delay, everybody. There was a slight technical issue there on the map.
Yeah, apparently 16F makes all the difference. Maybe Mac, maybe they're superstitious. Maybe they like dropped 3 Ubers or something on the version they were on. And they just wanted to get off it.
Yeah, it's something about the doors. I think that's what the difference is. But you know, now they're on their favored map. Now they're on the home ground. Then you know, hopefully they'll be quick to get set off and get this game started.
Yeah, everyone apparently wants to also have the blue team, so maybe we'll have the classic color dispute. Who gets blue team?
Maybe we will see that heavy fist fight. I haven't seen one for a very long time. Do you know if there's been any of those going on this season? If people can't agree on a team?
I don't know, but I think last season I casted an amateur game. Maybe it was in playoffs, an amateur in NA, and I think we did see a heavy fight.
Oh, it's always spicy. You know, who do you think you'd nominate to be the heavy champion on either of these teams? I think that I've got just one of those feelings that Menex just knows how to play heavy.
You do? Manix, who did we see on heavy for NANDEM? I'd give it to, why not, Phoenix.
Yeah, well, unfortunately we won't be seeing that today because we have kicked off and both demos are on the way to mid. Lucas is trying to get there as quickly as he can. It looks like he's going to roll out Catwalk, looking for that early damage. A little bit weaker than Luca Enderman, but hits a nice little sticky juggle on him, forcing him to the floor. Both teams playing pretty similar at the moment, trying to take their side of mid, just spreading their scouts over the top of the crates here. Warped and Arentra both still in garage, but Arentra leading out this high bomb. just floating around and landing back into the other garage. Still just feeling out this mid. Not a huge amount going on just yet.
Yeah, Huge just dancing around up top. It looks like they do manage to trade out for Jordy, so both soldiers down for both teams. These bombs were not high, but apparently they were enough for everyone to go down. Scout fight. Menix wins that one. I think that might be enough to completely turn this one around. Although I suppose they already left NANDEM. They didn't like what was going on, apparently.
Yeah, NANDEM have now just set up in yard. It looks like they are going to look to try and pressure this a little bit, but there's so many more players for SKEDDA looking towards that garage area. There are stickies above the garage door that will need to be cleared if they're going to try and flood through that to create any kind of value here. I think they're a little scared of Lucarie though and just going to go for the reset and take some nice healthy buffs.
Lucas Tank getting tanked up in the choke side. I think I casted a game last week where every single push attempt or force attempt was through choke. No one ever went into garage for some reason. This game doesn't look that way. Lucas Tank apparently a fan of the garage side, trying to shoot stickies through the little window, get some damage on the medic, and call that out. That didn't work out though. So now we have the classic team discussion happening right now.
Yeah, and it looks like both soldiers are moving towards choke while Lucas takes a bit of attention over in garage. So he is trying to keep Luca Enderman focused on that door, which is really going to help if Af and Jordy are going to look to try and make something through that choke door. Looks like they're actually going to back off, and Warped is going to jump through to take that 1v1 on a Rentry. He's going to go down so weak though and actually get picked up by Blank, and Menix also going down to the stickies from Luca E. That is going to be 2 picks for NANDEM, and now SKEDDA are back on mid.
Yeah, it is 2 picks, and Soldier through choke, Scout through choke. They're busting through this other side. Bomb through catwalk. Look at this. NANDEM pulling out all the stops. They want this force. They get it completely. Great force. And look at this. Unforgiven pops so much later. This Scout's going to be able to chase people down in garage as they're running down the medic. Lucas Tank down. Phoenix once more, but they have to leave.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate timing on the flash on Lucas. He did end up eating his own sticky damage, which meant he got picked off right as soon as that flash faded on him. So now SKEDDA are back holding their own yard now, and they don't have a demo man, so it looks like the garage bus is on for NANDEM here. Blank is already through, taking 3 players with him behind, and they're going to flood all the way through that yard side, going towards Z, trying to get behind, but Jordy with a nice bomb picks up Unforgiven in Z, and now it's just an absolute feast for SKEDDA. So much damage for them that it's just going to be Blank behind, and Luca E is just bombing in, going for the Hail Mary, goes down to a pipe from Lucas, and then Blank getting tidied up by Warped behind.
Yeah, Blank ended up stuck behind. That push for NANDEM started off so well, but I don't know how. Jordy just somehow got behind, maybe pogoed through left garage from the other side of the yard and gets onto Unforgiven. Now we're going to see full Uber advantage probably through this left side here, and it looks like they're probably just going to take it for free.
Yeah, there's actually no stickies on exit or top, I think, so it's going to make it a much easier push now for SKEDDA just to get straight through this door and look to take this push into last. Jordy taking a bit of damage early on, but he's tanking it on the beam, but he's going to be nice and safe. And now Mac dropping to the floor. It looks like it's going to be a standard left side pop into last, just getting as much health as they can before they go.
Yeah, they've got to go soon, though. They had like 50 ad, now it's only 20. Maybe they're not even going to go. Maybe they thought the ad was smaller than it was?
Yeah, it looks like they let NANDEM build out that Uber advantage. They are in, a healthy spot right now, stalemating on the opponent's last. You know that they can make mistakes here and go for plays if they want to try and force this out. Warped is going to go straight in with a deep bomb. Lucas coming in as well, landing with a nice sticky, and he's going to drop the medic with it.
Wow, Soldier demo sack in 2024. Lucas Tank showing all these people how to play the game, apparently. Now we have to see what they've got in store, and is there going to be any counter aggression? It looks like not a lot. NANDEM stuck on last.
Hughie's hard scoping the point right now, but it's not really a threat for SKEDDA right now because they're going to take from Lunchbox, just walk it through exit, and getting full buffs on the way, and it looks like they want to lead this last push in on Lucas Tank here very, very early.
Yeah, bombing through left, getting on the sentry gun. Sentry gun down. Lucas Tank using 2 stickies to jump to right. What is this play? Who is he going to get? He tries to get on the heavy, misses a pipe, hits one, gets cleaned up. Maybe overheating with that one. And now it's going to be SKEDDA having to leave.
Yeah, Hughie is just tidying up everybody left alive on that side there, on that Bootus class. Going to get so many frags. and it's going to make an easy push out for NANDEM here. But Geordie's still hiding around in Lunchbox. He might be looking for something. He has seen them pushing through Z here, so he's going to pick up Hughie, and he's got one rocket left just to make his exit here, and that is really going to slow down NANDEM's push.
Yeah, it definitely is going to slow it down, but here they come through choke, all through one through. Phoenix just dies, or Aaron Tur, I should say, but they get Lucas Tank and Geordie, the dynamic duo we saw earlier, warped as well. I think that's a very successful push. Oh wait, there's a
yeah, and there's a back cap. Geordie was going in, he got the player behind, so Menix could sneak through, and he's unlucky to lose that 1v1 there versus Hughie. He was looking in the wrong direction. But that is, again, going to buy a lot of time now for SKEDDA to try and have a little bit of a reset here. NANDEM still flooding all the way through choke into mid here. Phoenix going very deep off the beam and is going to force out Mac. Just getting saved right at the end of it. That's going to allow NANDEM to try and exit through Garage here. But Af is going to pick up Hughie right at the end of that.
Yeah, Af gets that frag at the end. Absolutely huge. Gonna be able to go into yard through for free. Look at this, Soldier's already in. Might even be able to push into second off of this frag. They're already in Lunchbox side. They want to take advantage of that frag while they can.
Yeah, and now it's all that Lunchbox pressure coming out right now. Trying to get the player in. Warped is going to go deep. Pick up that Arentre frag, and now he's behind, but on very little health. And that's going to bring up all the space now for SKEDDA to try and make something happen, but unfortunately he goes down, and now NANDEM are just taking a little bit of a reset. But Blank getting caught out in Lunchbox here. Hughie does pick up Af on the same side. That's where all the action is right now. Just spamming those doors while Lucas sits in the shutter.
Yeah, Menix up top, gonna possibly drop down, finds just air, no one's there. And Ubers have equalized again, so gonna have to see what the play is for SKEDDA, how they want to break this hold. Wonder if they're gonna try the demo bomb again. I'm a fan of it. It's content.
Luca has rotated over now. He is holding that shutter door very, very close, so it's going to make it difficult to get players in with Geordie down as well. It's going to have to take a little bit of time while they just reset and get that player up. Hughie as well is picking a very deep angle towards the lobby point. So if SKEDDA try and take it from that angle, they might be losing a head very early on.
Yeah, I do agree with that. And we see NG, Sniper, as we said, I don't think we've seen any off classes for the side of SKEDDA yet. Looks like they're just keeping it cookie cutter. Their medic's so safe on this bottom left area. And Lucas Tank just prodding this door. I'm not sure what there is to talk about on the side of SKEDDA, but apparently they just want to get everything to perfect coordination. Maybe they're cooking something real special up.
Yeah, they're just taking it slowly. They know they do fear that sniper sightline, so they're not going to try and take any unnecessary risks just while they take this lobby area. Going for the opposite side to Luca Enderman here. Both a Soldier and Lucas coming in as well. Pipe out from Lucas. Inches past Unforgiven right at the end. Very close to another drop, but he's just about got the schmoves to keep himself alive. Hughie now taking lobby as well with a Soldier Arentre, looking to spam off SKEDDA from the point, and there is absolutely no threat yet, but SKEDDA looking to come in from exit right now. Geordie goes very deep here. The Uber trade does come out. Looks to be slightly in favor of SKEDDA, that Geordie's going to get up top now. Looks to make a play in behind, but the gun is up and he hears it, so he's just going to have to reset a little while NANDEM are poking out that bottom door.
Yeah, as you said, huge on Sniper over there. It just feels so disrespectful that SKEDDA manages to sack a Soldier in demo and retain control of the second point. But here we are, and they might even run that play again. We've seen it twice, and I feel like that's kind of their plan.
Yeah, it looks to be working at the moment. They are getting two players in on the medic, so, you know, if it works twice, why not try it a third time? I don't know if they're going to wait for these Ubers to get built out first, because they have that added chance of force as well as just a medic kill. But it looks like they are taking their buffs in lobby once again and looking forwards for a play.
Yeah, that is exactly what they're doing. And they also might not want to go without Uber because they seem to want to exchange to hold on to the point. But either way, Menix does go down this time. Soldier in, getting so much damage, but the teleporter, that medic had no chance of going down.
Yeah, very smart to get the teleporter up now. That is just a one-tap exit opportunity. Losing Menix as well so early on was always going to make that sack quite difficult, but Lucas has a lot of cheeky traps around, so Hughie's kind of a one-man force attempt right now, just looking forwards if there's anyone peeking these doors, but SKEDDA are experienced, they know the angles, they are not presenting any heads to this guy to snipe. Geordie going in as well. Manages to juggle Blank in, who's just getting a little bit greedy looking forwards there after Hughie backed off.
Yeah, actually, Blank's rocket got stuck in the sheet metal on the side. Maybe that's what version F added. But we see Warped killing the teleporter down. Time to push is a call I've heard in Highlander. Maybe not in 6s, but with Arenter down, it might actually be real.
There's so many frags for the side of SKEDDA now. It looks like they are getting so much spam on this gun, but the NG is still tanking it. He's had to run away quickly, but Luca E is holding Geordie out. Base God finally gets that pipe out to take out the gun, and that's immediately going to open up this last to Soldier Sacks, especially with Unforgiven standing in such an aggressive spot right now with no gun to defend him.
Yeah, as you said, no gun to defend. Geordie in, one on the medic, two, force out. Lucas tank in as well. Finally, this demo scout play. Sniper, 3-man sack. It apparently worked out, and we're gonna have to see what happens here. It looks like they're rotating into Z or Lunchbox area. Yeah, it's Z, Scout peeking it, but you can't run through there. There's 2 stickies on that doorway.
Yeah, I think they did get spotted out quite early on by Blank, who peeked that shutter, so they did think against going for that play. But with a 70% Uberad, and they know there's a sniper up in lobby, they do go for that pop straight through Z, looking for any frag they can. Unfortunately, Af's getting juggled right up by all the spam from NANDEM here, and then Hughie's just going to snipe out Mac. Phoenix picks up Af as well. And Warped is just dropping down from top. He does manage to trade out with Lucarie, but it's so many frags now for NANDEM that it looks like they're going to win out second, with Unforgiven picking one up as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, and we see Lucas tank get Phoenix down. That might be enough for them to try to counter push into Yard, or definitely at least hold mid. It seems like the side of Unforgiven has only now gotten to Yard. I'm looking at the spawn situation, I just realized Uber's actually in the favor of SKEDDA. Or, that's not SKEDDA, that's NANDEM.
Is NANDEM, yeah, and it looks like they're taking that Yard area, looking to work this Uber advantage forwards. It is dwindling now, it's only 50%, and Mac is looking nice and comfy in Garage, ready to run away, so the choke push is coming out from NANDEM. Geordie going for a high bomb, or was it the lamp there? And
yeah, it was the
following
lamp
up as well. Blank is going to go down for it, and Warped escapes, so that's going to buy a lot more time with Mac already building up to 70%. Hughie looking to peek this Garage area and then deciding against it, having lost Phoenix.
Yeah, as you said, the lamp did not work. Menix and Warped, how are they going down? What is happening here? They're just doing a 4-man for the Uber. I mean, they got the force, but I'm not sure. They're not going to get forward spawns if... Oh no, they're not stacking? NANDEM, pretty slow to get on the cap. They only barely managed to get that deny in. Those respawns are going to take forever to show up, so they're probably going to try to do something here. 3-man Uber coming out into choke. It looks like the Uber's out. Scouts trying to chase it down. They get Arvinter and Huge, but are they going to get a third? This Soldier, Blank, 66 health, does catch a rocket, so 3 people is a very successful Uber.
Yeah, and NANDEM just made that easy for SKEDDA, because Arentria bombing through so early when there's only 3 alive and no spam on the door just meant that he got chipped down immediately. So weak that he was a pick before the Uber, and they just had to focus down the next 2 players as soon as they popped that Uber out, creating this advantage, looking towards Garage here, but SKEDDA actually going to decide against pushing this any further and just going to trap up all the doors and hope to catch NANDEM out if they go for a push.
That's exactly what they're planning on doing, and it looks like NANDEM going towards the choke side. Geordie on the lamp yet again. Geordie, listening to the cast, apparently is a lamp enjoyer, going for that bomb. Why is no one looking? Look up! Unforgiven, no, they dropped.
And that was just exquisite timing from Geordie, just dropping straight down, getting that drop and so much damage. Arentria going in right at the end, trying to find something, but it's just a wipe from NANDEM. And SKEDDA are looking to try and run this all the way here. Mac just getting people healthy with his bows. Lucas trying to get on these spawn doors really early, getting 3 stickies on that right door. Unforgiven hear those stickies though, and he's just going to have to sit in the spawn door while Phoenix peeks the other side with absolutely nothing they can do about Mac taunting and capping that point out.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. When Mac taunts, you know it's over. And that's going to be SKEDDA again. I feel like this is deja vu. Last time it was 13 minutes and a round reset, if I'm not mistaken. This time it's 15 minutes and finally a round goes down.
Yeah, and again, it wasn't a round 1 on last, it was a round 1 on mid. So, you know, I think so far SKEDDA are looking to really try and capitalize on these advantages on the rest of the map, because they are struggling with breaking these lasts. Getting into mid now though, it's quite a slow mid once again. No early bombs coming out from either side. just feeling out with a little bit of spam. Arentra finally leading that high bomb, swinging back around to Garage like before, but Warped is ready to meet him, and he just goes straight down. Warped as well, hitting 2 nice rockets on Phoenix. Frags are in favor of SKEDDA right now. Unforgiven and Blank look like they might be caught in here, not close to Uber, so it's just going to be a slow, indomitable march forwards, and they're both going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, they are. With that, Unforgiven though, kill binding a little... Oh no, they did get the same timer as Blank. Still such a slow spawn for them. I mean, look at this. We already see the side of SKEDDA on last, basically.
Yeah, and it looks like Max actually timed out or something. He's stood in a corner right now, so he might be checking the football, but it is actually going to slow down this push just a little bit because people are going to have to wait for their buffs before they can go.
Yeah, they are going to have to wait for those buffs, and they're going to be going through left again. It looks like they are a fan of the left Uber. That is where the sentry gun is. They didn't even spot it. I guess they're just assuming Lucas Tank leading this one through. 2 stickies on that gun. Get it down, and looks like no point time yet. Lucas, he's just doing the same thing, landing on the heavy. He gets the frag, though.
Yep, Lucas just swings himself forwards there and landing in a very, very aggressive position, making so much space, getting, opening up those channels for his team just to come in and get the frags and cap out the point.
Yeah, I mean, I have no words, but apparently it works, so why stop it?
I mean, if there's 2 rounds on the board, let him keep doing it, But NANDEM are probably going to be feeling it after holding out well for 15 minutes and now losing 2 rounds in quick succession. They're going to need to change something up on this mid here. Luca's getting to mid a lot earlier than Luca, but not going for that early pack. It is going to once again just be feeling out these mids. No bombs coming out, just a little bit of spam. Menek's taking quite a lot on his top crate, and Af going down very weak next to Max, so he needs a bow. But Geordie just sitting on the floor, going down to 4 HP, but just about living, and Hughie goes down just before he catches that frag out. Arantra going to get caught out on his way, leaving the point as well, and SKEDDA look to roll this forwards with 6 players alive. Yeah,
Lucas Tank, first one in. Who needs scouts when Lucas Tank is leading the charge? Looks like they're going to be contesting over the lobby area, and actually Lucas Tank is shooting stickies above the forward spawn, trying to trap out the shutter behind them. Looks like there's a scout back there, so maybe that's a no-in play.
Oh, Uber it's the Scorpion. He's getting so much damage from the stickies. The trade came in, I think. But they weren't able to actually get that drop. There was only 2 stickies, and he needed 3 to finish it off. But the Uber now comes out from Unforgiven. Geordie's actually going to catch out Hughie behind this Uber, but going to go down in the end. And Phoenix actually only picks up Af when he's Ubered in front of 4 people. So SKEDDA just busting through this door all the way into last, trading out frags all over the place. Health does look to be split pretty evenly, but Arantra gets a little bit of a rocket on that door to try and hold it out. Menex just bursts back in and picks up Phoenix. Lucas with the cleanup pipe onto Arantra. Unforgiven getting a head kill on Lucas, though, and that means that Max just going to have to taunt and die on the point.
That's exactly what he does. Taunts, goes down, but with 2 rounds up, who can blame him for probably feeling happy? Af finding that one onto Huge, and I don't know how, but somehow, how did Unforgiven go down? How did this go so wrong?
I think that Geordie just got in behind. Af came forwards, and there was a little bit of magic there just to get that medic pick.
And as we said, you don't win last by winning last. You just win it on a different point.
Yeah, so that bust is going to come straight through this left door. It looks like there's no sniper to lock it out yet. SKEDDA with all the space. Ash sitting straight on the point that Blank's going to have to bomb it early. They do actually pick up the medic, but Blank is going down as well. Unfortunately, Hughie has been brought into the fight with a full buff, and he's just going to have too much health to take down. So SKEDDA are actually going to go 5 players down, with Lucas just getting some funny traps up in lobby.
I bet those traps get at least 2 people. That's my prediction on the Lucas Tank cam. No one's in lobby. Oh, he missed the death. Scout got it. And it looks like this one's going to be a bit of a reset here. Jordy maybe checking off classes, maybe staying on the Frenchman. Yep, they're on... Is that the Dead Ringer?
I mean, Geordie's definitely doing something right now, but NANDEM are just looking to take as much space as possible. Geordie behind Unforgiven, he misses the stab on him and gets taken down to a pipe from Luca. But there's so many frags coming out from SKEDDA right now. Geordie made all that space on the spy class that the force is even going to come out, and now SKEDDA are just going to run out Oh, run all the way into choke here with Af on the beam, but Hughie with some clean shots is actually going to take out Mac from just behind him. Menix actually successfully finishing the back cap though while that was all going on, and just causing havoc in behind while Luca E is stuck trying to cap this point out.
Yeah, I'm lost for words. Apparently, the Dead Ringer is the best force, but somehow Mac went down. I mean, apparently we just reset to the same situation we were in before Unforgiven was down on the retake attempt. We just had a really long-winded reset.
Yeah, I think we can all thank Geordie Spy for that, to be honest. With the space that he did create there, it just created this opportunity that let the frags come out for SKEDDA. But they're looking for that early push now, just walking through the left side without the Uber. Sentry goes down so early along with Hughie, which is going to be a huge pick. No sniper now. It looks like there's early point play looking for from Aft, which means Luca's committing all his stickies to it for no actual damage. SKEDDA have all this space on the last. The crits actually comes out from them, and it's just going to be cleaning house. All these frags going their way, and it's going to be a captured point for 3-0.
Yeah, the scout crit, too strong, too powerful. You can't dodge those laser beams. And 3-0, SKEDDA, I guess showing that they deserve to be the playoffs team here.
Yep, you can see that they're playing with so much confidence and so much character right now. Whereas NANDEM, you know, they are going to start struggling. It's a tough position to be in when they know that they can't be making playoffs now. But they held out valiantly for a lot of this game. Coming into this mid, Lucas does go down very, very early, and Blank going for an early bomb to follow up on that damage. There's so much damage coming out now that Mac's getting stuck all alone in choke, while NANDEM are just cleaning house on everyone else on the point. Warp goes in for a bomb, hits 2 rockets on Unforgiven, but a clean surf does mean that he's going to survive right at the end of that, and Mac is running for his life all the way back to last with a little bit of an Uber disad.
Yeah, Blank was doing some pretty impressive jumps, I might say, but not quite fast enough. Mac really knew what was going on. And look at this Uber, it's already coming in through the left side. Blank on the top crate, gonna be trying to find whatever they can. The scout, though, Af somehow took forever to go down, but so much point time, so much point pressure, this might be enough to win.
Yeah, and that crit Putis does come out right at the end, but it's only going to have time to hit a couple of shots, and there's no blocker for the point because of having to give up their lives to defend it while that spawn rotation was going on. So that is going to be 3-1 now with a very fast round for NANDEM. Could this be the comeback? You know, that was an impressive change of mental there to capitalize on this mid-fight.
It definitely was. They showed they're not out of it yet, and I want to see what they can do. I'm on Aaronter's cam right now. No early high bomb coming out, though. Just spamming across, feeling each other out, apparently. But look at this. Goes back into garage. I'm expecting a high bomb any second. That's exactly what's happening. Into the other team's side, going right above that lamp, going down, making so much space for the team. Jordy and Menix going down off of that. And look at this aggression. I think that's another mid-win.
Yeah, Rentrez's bomb just took all of the eyes, so Blank came in like the hammer afterwards and just absolutely demolished in that choke. NANDEM are looking for another fast round here, flooding through these doors. Af getting caught off the beam, but just about manages to sneak through Z, giving Lucas time to try and hold the door, but he just gets shot down by Hughie, so that Uber's popped out from Mac. Unforgiven just gets it in time, and they're going to try and peek forwards here. No more frags getting killed in this Uber, and SKEDDA are going to take that opportunity now with their spawners to try and get forwards and take that Z. Fighting into Yard here, just locking NANDEM back, getting a lot of spam towards that choke door. Phoenix getting picked up, and they have Yard under control.
They have Yard under complete control. It's under the dominion of SKEDDA, and guess what? They don't care. They're going into garage, jumping through catwalk, sending their soldier above. There's only 2 people on mid. It's like a 2v5, but somehow Luca Enderman does find a fadeaway frag, so we might see a fight come out again through choke side.
Yep, that choke rotation does look to be on here, with Luca caught alone in garage though, going very weak, so no demo actually coming into mid really. Both scouts eating the same rocket from Warped is going to be really important in this fight, but unfortunately Mac is having to run out from choke with Menix here as his little taxi, and Menix is actually going down to the 2 scouts, and Mac is also dying. So suddenly a change of situation. It's an Uber adding to last from NANDEM.
Yeah, and mid cap never went down. They won on mid. Again, just winning on the points that aren't last. Here we see Phoenix taking it in. Af is down. Uber probably coming out here. Warped is down as well. Huge. These scouts are going absolutely insano mode here. 3 frags already. Now they take into the last one. And that's going to be 2-3. This game is not over.
This game is absolutely not over. And SKEDDA are going to be feeling the pressure. You know, they looked so comfortable. 3 rounds up. And all of a sudden, they're within touching distance. You know, if there's another round as fast as we've seen the last 3 go by, you know, either team could come out on top there.
Yeah, I do completely agree with that. This is anyone's game. SKEDDA, if you're a momentum believer, you should be afraid for them.
Yeah, and both demos are getting to mid. Luca going so weak to Lucas, almost getting taken down by a second sticky. He needs a bow to recover here. So Geordie goes for the bomb onto him, but unfortunately that health was back up, so Geordie's just going to go down. Blank going for a little bit of a swing bomb, coming in on that catwalk area, and again, SKEDDA are just dribbling players early on that the chase is out from NANDEM. Blank all the way behind, just locking the exits. Mac is trying his absolute best to schmoove his way out of there with Af, but you know, NANDEM completely ignoring the midpoint just to create that Uber advantage, and now they can go back, cap it out, and they're ready for last.
And actually, they might be getting another Geordie in Lunchbox. Thought they were safe and secure, getting pressured down by Blank. Blank has to run away to get some help. Actually, it's going to be Aaron Tur to follow that one up. With that pick, you might think it doesn't matter, but look at the respawn time. 15 seconds. Anyone down for that long is going to have an impact on the game.
Yeah, it's a very, very long spawner for Geordie. I think he's just going to be up in time to get his crit buff after this Uber gets popped out, so he might be available to block this point if NANDEM are going for that early cap time. Yeah, they're just taking their time and getting buffs first, so it is going to be a full disad last hold now. On the side of SKEDDA, the level 3 gun, it's only level 2 up actually, but the pop does come out. Luca going very, very deep, flown back by the knockback, but the gun goes down. Point is still fully stickied, and Blank does go down, going very deep. Warped has control of the pipe here, and he's just raining down rockets. So much damage here is going to completely lock out this left side of the point here. Medix now on the heavy class is just going to waddle forwards with his health, and no one can take him down. The crits as well getting popped out in that is just going to completely scupper any chance of a NANDEM repush.
That is exactly what is happening. The repush is going successfully, but look at this. They're just taking it right back. They cap the point, pressuring it, and actually Lucas Tank doing such a great job keeping NANDEM away. I wonder, how did Aaron Tur just get on Lucas Tank though? Look at this, 2 down.
Yeah, the top door was left wide open, so Aaron Tur just came in, juggled Lucas against the wall, and that was just going to be a free demo pick. So now 3 down against a full Uber advantage. NANDEM are looking to walk this in as far as they can. The pop does come out, and Mac is going to take a 1v1 with Blank, and there's only going to be one winner of that. But Af and Medix and Warp all coming in and getting 3 frags right at the end. All of a sudden, there's a chance. Lucas taking out Phoenix as well, with Unforgiven going for the melee on Af. But he might actually just about die in the end. There's no crazy medic play to cap that point out. But a valiant defense from SKEDDA there at the end.
I don't understand. 3 frags in the Uber, and it's just not enough. Something went wrong there for NANDEM. So unfortunate for them. That was really their chance to take it back. Now they just have a minute here. They have their players rolling out, and maybe they can give it one last go, but I don't see how they're going to get the force.
Yeah, I mean, SKEDDA have taken on board what's been going on in this game, and that is that no points have been lost on last. They've been lost on everywhere else on the map, so they chose not to push out on that medic pick. They're just going to sit nice and comfy, as always, on this last with the aggro gun up. It's going to make it really, really difficult for NANDEM to take this dry.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Make it difficult to do anything they want. As you said, Af, so strong on Sniper. We've seen them, I believe. I don't actually remember any of their frags. I don't remember if they were the one who killed Unforgiven on Sunshine, but they are a strong sniper.
Yeah, and I think it's important to have those 2 soldiers up here just to really keep these doors on lockdown, because there is, a lot of space to rotate between when there are plays going on here. But the Uber trade coming straight through top from NANDEM. Phoenix going so deep here, actually kills Af in this as well. Late Uber coming out from Mac. He's not got a lot of people to actually flash into it. Warp does get one, and Menix takes down Arentria on the gun. Now he's got his crits as well. Doesn't manage to get a frag off those, but the NANDEM repush just walking across together. Lucas has so much loaded though that no one's going to be able to cross, and that is going to be the end of the game with a score of 3-2 to SKEDDA.
Yeah, SKEDDA, man, they tried, really showed their spirit there at the end, but I believe that is SKEDDA taking it into playoffs.
That's right. So SKEDDA are going to finish the main section of this season on 24 points, which is actually tied with Garda Panteri. So I think that based on the tie breaks, I think because Garda Panteri won the head to head, that means that they'll be coming in third place, and SKEDDA will be coming in fourth. But all in all, that should be a spicy playoffs that we've got to look forwards to now.
Definitely very, very spicy. For those who don't know, TLR is not in playoffs this season. This was a really interesting season, so a lot to look out for, and will be upcoming.
Absolutely. But, a valiant effort from NANDEM this game, coming back from 3 rounds down and really fighting until the last second to try and get an extra point on the board. That is an impressive, thing to do in your first season as a team in Prem. And, hopefully next season we'll see them back and they'll be pulling some more upsets around, playing so close with all these playoff sides.
Yeah, I don't know the last time we saw a new team to Prem make it into playoffs, but NANDEM has to be closer than anyone in like the past year at least, probably longer even. And they all have to be, if they're sticking together, I think we could see them do some crazy things.
Absolutely. I think just to sum up this granary game, though, if we look at the logs, Geordie and Lucas Tank, they did both put out a phenomenal amount of damage that game, and that just shows how difficult it was for NANDEM to fight forwards through so much of that game when they were stuck on their last. Those two players just had everything on lockdown and really made it difficult.
Yeah, definitely. We see pretty close stats on a lot of the head to heads, but the Lucas tank is a little too much. I don't think Luca Enderman could keep up with the base god themselves. The stats don't always tell the full picture because, there were some of those Ubers where Lucas Tank was just sending themselves into a heavy, getting a bunch of damage. But either way, I do agree that Jordy and Lucas Tank probably helped quite a bit.
Yeah, I think all round from SKEDDA that game, a particularly good performance to come out on top. But Blank as well on the mids especially, I think he was really pulling out some special bombs, just absolutely crushing the team in the door when Arentria went for those high bombs just to swing around and take all of the eyes.
Definitely. Something funny little stat here. Jordy took the same amount of damage as they did, 297 both ways. Couldn't get more even than that.
And that is what we call space as a pocket soldier. But anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. I'd like to hope that you all join us again for the playoffs. These will be on Essentials TF and they will be coming very, very soon. So join us for those. And thank you to Dr. Underscore for producing today.